In this episode of Velocity Labs, we are coming up with a build plan for Project Bugford. Before we start our restoration and modifications on Project Bugford, we're gonna need to come up with a build plan. I'm gonna be doing a full body off restoration with this car, cleaning up the pans, all that good stuff. But we're also gonna need a plan of attack. This build's gonna be fluid, but we're gonna need a bit of structure to start out with. Let's start out at the front of the car. Blinkers. I don't like how they sit on top of the fenders, so they're gonna have to go. Taillights? Nope. They're boxy, they're bulky, and they're ugly. We can do much better than these. I think a set of 3 Ford teardrop taillights would look pretty sweet. For the rear, we're gonna put on fenders that are 3 inches wider than the original. Put a nice fat booty on this thing. We're actually gonna need these wider just to be able to fit the wheels, which are gonna probably be 18s. I like the Volkswagen emblem on the back, but this car is gonna be so custom by the time that it's done that I don't think it's gonna fit the final theme. I'll be making some custom emblems for the final. I'm also not a big fan of where the license plate sits. I could put it on the rear bumper, but I'm not sure of the rear bumper either. I'll likely keep them, but there's a good chance that they're gonna end up being modified. Let's take a look at the side profile. A couple people on some bug forums said chop it, and I gotta say, I think they're right. I did a quick Photoshop and lowered it down a couple inches, and it looks really mean. So yeah, I think we're gonna do that. I want the car to remain drivable though, so it's likely only gonna be a couple inches, but I think it would really add a lot visually to the custom style of the car. The door handles are fine, mirrors, they're okay. I think we can do better though. If you have any suggestions on cool hot rod mirrors, let me know in the comments. As for the front of the car, I love the headlights, so they'll definitely stay. I love the grille, I love the hood ornament, so all that stuff's probably gonna stay. We might throw wider fenders on the front as well. So the last thing I need to do is just pick a color, or colors. Here's a few ideas that I've been playing around with. I'm really leaning toward the black and red, but paint is a long way off, so that can wait. All right, so we have the exterior sorted. Let's go ahead and take a look at the interior as well. Starting with the steering wheel, really ugly. Plus it's too big for me, so that's gotta go. Actually, I think that's probably gonna be the first mod, is switching out the steering wheel. While we're in there, the padded dash is pretty awful too. It's just so ugly. The dash is actually one of the things I'm really excited about because I can do something completely custom, come up with my own ideas, and make it however I want. So I'm actually really excited to start designing that. I'm thinking about making it just bare sheet metal, really race inspired, but I really want to work in some cool design elements like embedding a tablet or maybe doing some cool switches. I'll definitely be doing a stereo and a couple speakers as well. The seats gotta go. The front seats for sure will get replaced. I'll probably be looking at some OEM replacement options, or I might be going aftermarket seats as well. We'll see when we get there. I love the rear bench, so I'm gonna try keep that if I can, but that'll probably get reupholstered to match whatever I put in the front seat. All right, so that about does it for the interior, so that leaves us with just one more thing, the motor. The stock VW motor makes about 40 horsepower or so, and that's probably being generous, and that's not gonna cut it for me. We're going to need a high horsepower motor that fits in the stock location in the back of the Bug. So what does that leave us with? Subaru swap. So initially I was thinking about doing a full WRX swap, turbocharge the works. I want to be able to run a low 12-second quarter mile with this car, but that also probably means that I'm gonna need a new transmission as well. And a new transmission means a lot more work and a lot more money. There's already gonna be a lot of welding and fabricating on this car, and for budget reasons, I'm gonna stick with a naturally aspirated engine for now. I can keep the stock transmission that way, and it should make the install a lot more straightforward. So for now, the plan to start off with is an EJ25 motor with EJ22 single overhead cams to start off with. I should be able to squeeze that in the back without any real issues or major chopping, so that's the plan. Oh, and Drew said one word, nitrous. Yes, that's actually a really good idea, especially if I'm going naturally aspirated to start off with. I've always wanted to mess around with nitrous, so this might be a good chance to try it out. Oh, and I'm also gonna need real heat and air conditioning in this piece, so that's gonna be on the menu as well. All right, so that's the plan. Here's a design that I mocked up in Photoshop for starters. Big wheels, lowered, 3 to 4 inch chop on the roof, and a custom paint job. I can't wait to get started.